Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mindful Monday. We start our day with some technological advancements, which are turning out to be glitches. Which is perfect for what I thought we'd focus on today. I wanted to focus on practice and the benefits of practice. I mean, those of us who've been coming regularly and practicing yoga and meditation on a regular basis, we've probably seen some of the fruits of the practice. But I think there's sort of a bit of a misappreciation, if you will, about what the benefits of meditation and mindfulness really are. A lot of people think, it just makes us feel good, blissed out. And it does in the moment. However, prolonged practice over time, which is really what we want to do, is establish a practice, a discipline, really gives us a lot more. It can give us stability, clarity, strength, perseverance, resilience, those things that carry us through life and are really fruitful for us as just human beings living in this spinning, ever moving, technologically advancing, faster than we can even keep up with world. So I want to just offer that. And there's a story that one of my teachers told about some of the recent wildfires in California. There was a group of monks who were meditators, and they were living on this hill in this monastery, and there were 3 fires converging on them. And the advice given by, the officials were that they should evacuate as soon as possible. So they all loaded into their van and they started driving down the hill from the monastery to find safety. And they could see the smoke and the wildfires blazing all around them. And it was really crunch time. And then as they got about a mile down the road, one of the monks, who was a practiced meditator, had this strong feeling that they should go back. And so he told his fellow monks that, I just have this sense, this really strong sense, we should go back. So they turned around, they went back to the monastery, and they all got to work. They dug trenches around the monastery. They built some kind of a water system on the roof really quickly that would hopefully protect them. What else did they do? They did whatever they could, and they took turns keeping watch. Somebody would go up on the roof and watch the fires, and eventually the fires did descend, but because of the work that they did, they were able to avoid complete destruction. I think it burned one of the outbuildings, but the rest of the monastery was preserved. And they really attributed it to their practice, their meditation practice, that gave them that clarity. I mean, they could have certainly just gotten away from the fires, and maybe the monastery would have been saved anyway, but maybe not. So we think about this practice as one that gives us really long-term benefits. And that's all I need to say. So let's not talk anymore. Let's just practice. So bravo to you for showing up today. I will say that. So find a comfortable seat, prop up your hips. Just let your hips be a little bit higher than your knees so that it's comfortable, or extend your legs long, or lay down. Find a comfortable place where your spine can be straight. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, do that, or just gaze slightly downward, or soften your eyes. And take a moment to notice what you've brought to your mat this morning. Notice any tension in the body, maybe wiggle around and let go of anything that you are consciously able to let go of. Swallow in your throat, soften that throat center, maybe tuck your chin. Make some minor adjustments so that you can sit. And begin to tune into your external surroundings, the sounds in the area. Notice the temperature of the air. As you breathe in just your natural breath, just notice any aromas in the air. Then begin to invite in a deeper breath. And this morning I think we'll try a little counting. And if my counting is not to your liking, you can let it go. But as you relax your belly, just invite in a deeper breath, filling up to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, pausing for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhaling through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to get you started, continue. Find your own pace. You might notice that the counting provides that focus for you. And if that doesn't work, you can always come back to the awareness of your breath. You can choose a word or a phrase. Our job is just to notice our thoughts. Let's take a few more moments together, just settling in a little bit more. Awesome. Let's take one more breath together. And then completely exhale, blink your eyes open, bring your arms out wide. Inhale, reach up and look up. Let your palms touch and then draw them right down into your heart center. Let your chin come down to your chest. Let's take a moment here. Find some reverence for this practice, for this group. Some gratitude for this morning. And then we'll reach up again, inhale. We'll start to bring our breath in with our movement. Exhale as you draw your hands down to your heart, chin to your chest. One more, inhale, reach up. And exhale, bow. Good. Let's take an inhale, reach up. Get really long in the side body, maybe wiggle around a little bit. Drop one arm over to the side and lean and look in the opposite direction. Good. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, take it to the other side, looking in the opposite direction. Good. We'll take one more each way, moving with your breath in your own time, your own body, your own practice. Good. Inhale next time, and then as you exhale, just take your fingertips forward. Check in with the lower back. Maybe you just reach slightly ahead of you, and maybe you bow. Good. On your inhale, rise up and reach up. And then on your exhale, come forward again. Just coming forward only as far as feels right for you. So lower back, maybe a little tweaky. Let's take one more. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bow. Good. I have some friends outside. Inhale and exhale. Take your hands behind you this time so your fingers can point toward you. Your palms can rest on the floor. Just lift your hips. Little back bend here. Good. Exhale as you lower your hips. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, take your hands behind you again. Lean back, lift your hips. Good. One more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Waking up. Take your legs and place them on the floor. Give your ankles a nice little rub and take your hands behind you again. Just windshield washer your hips, side to side. Good. Good. And then sit up real tall with your feet as close to your body as you can. Give yourself a big hug. So shining your heart, looking up, and then as you exhale, round. Good. Inhale to shine, and exhale to round. One more. Inhale to shine, and exhale to round. Good. And then take your knees over to one side. Take a little twist in the opposite direction. So you can just take your fingertips over and just take your gaze over whichever shoulder your knees are not facing. Good. Good. Let's switch sides. Just take your knees to the opposite side. Little mermaid action here. And take your gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. Good. Just stretching the neck a little bit. Coming back forward, just finding a seat, crossing your legs in the funky way, so whatever way you did not cross them before. Just take your chin down to your chest and draw some circles with your nose. Notice your shoulders if they're drawing up toward your ears. Just relax them down. Switch the direction. Good. Get the kinks out. Nice. Let's roll the shoulders. Just take one back and then the other. And then let's go forward this morning as well. Just get the blood flowing. And then when you're ready, we'll come on up to our tabletop, patting your knees, being kind to your knees this morning. Bringing your fingers, all your joints of your fingers to press into the mat. Spreading your fingers nice and wide, pressing your thumb and your forefinger. Take a little Sophie shake. And then find some stillness here. Tops of the feet on the floor. Drop your belly. Inhale, lift your gaze. And exhale, round. Making that Halloween cat shape as you round. And then stretching as you inhale. Coming into your cat and cow shape, just moving the spine with your breath. So you might come back to that 4-count breath. Or you might feel like adding a little bit more energy to your practice today, moving a little bit faster. Go at your own pace. Good. So as we develop these practices that are sustainable in our lives, we have to find a pace that works for us. So maybe we meditate once a day. Maybe we meditate once a week. Maybe we skip a day. So it does no good to establish a practice that makes us feel guilty when we don't do it. So that's my one caveat. I think we need to cut ourselves a lot of slack as we create these practices that are going to stay with us and really give us the benefits that we seek. Okay, let's take one more cow pose and one more cat pose. And then come up to your tabletop. Just take some hip circles. So draw those hips back. Maybe you feel like a figure 8 this morning. So maybe you get a little funky with it. Just work out the hips in whatever way feels right for you. And if your knees are starting to get tweaky here, we will be moving into our downward facing dog, so you can always be ahead of us. if that is what feels right for you this morning. When you're ready, bring your knees as wide as your mat, unless you're in down dog. Bring your toes to touch and sink back into a child's pose. So really extending those arms forward, bringing your hands forward so you can get a nice stretch in your arms as well as your back. Take a big breath in, fill up completely, fill up that back body. Bring the breath all the way up into the upper back. And then a long exhalation, maybe release your hips more toward the heels. Good. Take one more breath here. Another exhalation. And then rise on up to your table. Take your hands just ahead of where they were in your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Take a moment here to tuck your toes and press your heels back and feel that engagement of the legs. Maybe even lift up about an inch or two. Notice the quads. Good morning, quads. Good morning, shoulders. And then when you're ready, lift those hips, come up into that inverted V shape, and press the heels back toward the floor. Take your gaze back. Good. Walk your dog. My dog left a little present, so remove dog hairs from your yoga pants. Walk one leg and then the other, pressing your heels back. Get that stretch in the calves, and then find some stillness here. Take a nice big breath in, and then exhale, recommit to your dog, maybe shining your hips a little bit higher, straightening your legs a little bit more. And draw those shoulders into the shoulder sockets. Feel that upper back. So strong. When you're ready, inhale that right leg high. Take some ankle circles. And exhale, lower it down. Inhale the left leg high. Take some ankle circles. And exhale, lower it down. Good. When you're ready, we're going to look forward. Bend your knees. Take a little gaze back. Notice how strong you are. And decide if you'd like to take a little hop. Of course, move your blanket out of your way. Or just take a little walk up to the front of your mat. I'm going to hop, because it seemed fun at the time. Take your hands to your elbows and hang here in ragdoll, bending your knees as much as you need to release tension in the lower back. Maybe rock from side to side. Take a nice big breath in and exhale. Maybe fold a little bit deeper. Notice what's going on in the neck. And of course, any dizziness, just come up to your halfway lift. Take one more breath in. And another exhalation. And then inhale, release your fingertips to the floor or your blocks, and then slowly roll up. Just one pearl at a time, imagining you are one pearl strand. Your spine is just a long strand of pearls. And as you come up to your mountain pose, imagine that strand of pearls lengthened out. Take your gaze forward. Find your mountain. So draw your shoulders down and back. Let your palms face forward. And plant your feet firmly on your mat. Lift and spread your toes, and then re-engage your toes by pressing them into the mat. Let your legs be strong, your pelvis tucked, your chin tucked, and a little smile on your lips. As you gaze forward, inhale, and then look up. And as you exhale, take your right hand down to your right side, take your left arm overhead, and take a side stretch here. Inhale, reach up and look up. And exhale, take that left hand down to the left side stretch, reaching that right arm overhead. Good. Inhale, reach up and look up. And exhale, flip your palms, take them back behind you, clasp them, and then send them down as far down as you can. And then lean back, take a little back bend. Good. Looking up. And as you exhale, release that. Take your fingertips toward the floor. Come back into your forward fold, bending your knees as much as you need to. This time, inhale, come to your tabletop, halfway lift, half table, and exhale, fold again. Good. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up and looking up. And exhale, hands come to heart center. We've moved quite a bit, so let's just take a moment here to pause, maybe close your eyes. And just notice how your stability is, notice your balance. And then release your hands coming back into mountain. We'll reach up and look up. And then take your right arm down, lean to the right. Left arm reaches overhead, look left. Inhale, reach up and look up. We'll move a little faster. Exhale, take it on over to the left. Right arm reaches, left arm down. Inhale, reach up and look up, and exhale your hands back behind you. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Forward fold, lift your arms up. Head releases toward the floor. Good. Inhale, come up to your halfway lift. And exhale, take your hands to the floor. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up and looking up. Let your palms touch, and then draw them down to your heart. Excellent. Beautiful. Take a moment here, maybe close your eyes. With each round of sun salutations, we get a little more stability, maybe a little more clarity, a little more strength. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. We'll take one more. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up, looking up. This time, let's take the left arm down, lean left, look right. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, take it over to the right side. Right arm releases, left arm overhead, look left. Inhale, reach up and look up. Fingertips reaching high, toes firmly planted, long line on the body. Flip your palms, take them back behind you, scoot them down. And as you release, come forward with your head, forward fold, lift your arms up, stretch your shoulders. Inhale, release your hands, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up, looking up, finding that length, and then exhale, hands come down to heart center. Take a big sigh out your mouth as you release. Maybe close your eyes here. Full breath in, feel that breath moving through the body. See if you can feel a little more energy from crown to toe. Toes. Good. When you're ready, blink open your eyes. Inhale, let's reach up and look up. Let's exhale, fold. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, come to your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, take your hands down to the floor. We'll step back with our right leg. Left knee over the left ankle. And then rise up, coming into crescent lunge. Find your lunge here. So pressing back with that right heel, taking a gander down at that left knee, keeping it over the left ankle. And then see if you want to challenge your balance here. Challenge that stability by looking up. Maybe not. Maybe today is not the day. Good. It's okay. Keep breathing. And on your next inhalation, reach your right arm forward and take your left arm back. Twist. Testing that stability. Good. On your exhale, take that left hand back. Reach that right arm up. Little twisted. Peaceful warrior. Good. Swinging back through, take that right hand down, left arm reaches up, and we'll take our twist. Good. Keep that left hip pressing back. Good. Excellent. Inhale as you rise up, and exhale, open up, warrior two. Good job, you guys. Take that right foot, spin it to flat. So the toes are at an angle there, and the left heel is intersecting with the right center of that right foot. So you might make a little adjustment here. Good. Keep that left ankle and left knee in alignment, and draw your shoulders back and down. Good. Here we are, breathing through this warrior two. Drop your right arm down to your right leg. Lift your left arm. This is a peaceful warrior. Legit. Reach your gaze up towards your fingertips, perhaps. Lean back. Full breath in. And exhale, come back to your warrior two. Nice. Release your left elbow to your left knee. Reach your right arm overhead, and we'll come into a side angle. Nice. Take your gaze back underneath your right arm. Keep your breath steady. Inhale, back up, warrior two. And exhale, we're going to spin our right foot so it's facing forward. Take your hands down to frame your left foot. And we'll step the left foot back, coming through plank, or lowering your knees, lowering the tops of your feet, and lowering all the way down to your mat. And just take a little rest here. Come on, we deserve it. Sophie, shake it out. Good. Here we are. We're moving up and down and all around. So take a full couple of breaths here as you turn your head to one side, just making a pillow. Breathing in and breathing out. Noticing whatever comes up, meeting it with that equanimity. It's only yoga, so if we decide to skip a shape or two, can always meet in a child's pose or come on down to your belly. And take one more breath in, bring your forehead to the mat, and bring your hands to the outsides of your shoulders. Draw those elbows in, nice and tight. And then press yourself up, cobra number one. Big breath in, shine your heart. And exhale, take your forehead back down to the floor. Cobra deux, part deux. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, recommit, draw those shoulders in, shoulder blades draw together. Inhale, shine your heart. This time, come tuck your toes. Come on up to downward facing dog. Walk it out. Do what you need to do. And then find stillness here. Take a big breath in. Inhale that right leg up to the sky. Take some ankle circles if you like. And then open up that right hip. So bend that right knee. And then re-extend it and lower it down. Good, walk it out. Inhale that left leg up. Maybe ankle circle it out. And then open it up. Good. Opening up that hip. Re-extend it, lower it down. Good. Bend your knees, think about hopping. You might just think about it and then decide you want to take a walk forward to the front of your mat. Find yourself in a forward fold. Take some wrist circles here. Good. Let's take it to the other side. When you're ready, inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up. Maybe leaning back a little bit, looking up. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, come into your halfway lift. And then step the left foot back. Yeah. And then rise on up, coming into your crescent lunge. Good. So press that left heel back. Take that right heel over the right ankle. And enjoy this nice stretch. So you'll feel that left hip, that left inner thigh. Just notice what your right leg is doing to support you. Keep that right ankle and knee in alignment. And draw your pinkies in toward one another as you reach up. Good. Breath steady. Gaze steady. Inhale. And as you exhale, just open that right arm. Take a twist. So right arm goes back. Maybe your gaze goes back if that doesn't challenge your balance too much. Left arm forward. Good. And then release that right arm back. Lift your left arm up. See what happens. This reverse peaceful warrior. Maybe it's not so peaceful. Good. On your exhale, left hand comes down to the inside of the right foot. Lift that right arm up. Take your twist. Awesome. Nice job. Release that. When you're ready, rise back up. Find your crescent. Good. Stretching everything here. Good. On your exhale, release that left foot. Spin it so it's flat. Find that angle and that ankle to heel alignment for your warrior two. So reaching those fingertips from your shoulders, getting that wingspan. Appreciate that wingspan. Take your gaze over your right fingertips, right knee over that right ankle. Good. Inhale, find your real peaceful warrior. So right arm reaches up, left arm reaches down. Good. On your exhale, take your side angle, right elbow comes to right knee, right thigh. Left arm lifts overhead. Get that stretch. If you really want to go for it, you can take your right arm and your left arm and frame your ears. Good. Excellent. Inhale, we'll come back up to warrior two. And exhale. Take your hands to frame your right foot, spin that left foot forward, and then step on back. Come through your plank or with your knees down. If you're in your plank, rock forward and then lower all the way down. And make a pillow. Turn your head in the opposite direction. Sophie, shake it out. Good. We've done a lot. We've been through a lot together. So let's just pause here to acknowledge that. And breathe in complete full breaths. Feeling our heartbeat. Maybe the heart is beating a little bit more rapidly. Just notice that, appreciate that. Here we are. Nice big breath in. And long breath out. When you're ready, bring your forehead to the floor. Take your hands back behind you and clasp your hands behind you. And zip up your legs so your feet are touching, your legs are touching. And then scrunch your shoulders toward one another, not scrunch. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let's do that. Draw your shoulders toward one another on the back body. And on your inhale, lift up and come into a locust. So your gaze is just slightly forward. Keep a long line in the neck. Your legs might not lift up too much. You'll get a little compression in your back. So come up as high as you feel you are ready this morning. And see if you can hang here for a couple breaths. We got this. Good. One more breath in. Slow and long. And then release. Let it all go. Turn your head in the opposite direction. Sophie, shake it out. Really good. Bring your forehead back. Now you can decide if you want to zip your legs up, clasp your hands, and come into that locust that we just did. Or perhaps you'd like to bend your knees and reach for the outsides of your feet, flex your feet, and we'll come into a bow pose. So lift up. Decide your choice, your practice. Squeeze those shoulders together in whatever shape you are making. And lift up. Hang here. We got this. We're counteracting our slump asana. So squeeze those shoulder blades together. One more breath. And then let it go. Turn your head in the opposite direction. And Sophie, shake it out. Nice job. One more big breath in. Maybe a long exhale, releasing air through the mouth. Take a sigh. And when you're ready, let's bring our hands to the outsides of our shoulders and slowly come up. Come up through table. Bring your knees together here and sink your hips back slowly. And we'll come into a child's pose. You can always take your knees wide if you prefer. It's just for something different. We'll take our hands back behind us and give our shoulders a break. Forehead rests on the floor. And just let that back decompress. And breathe in. And breathe out. Let's take 2 more breaths here. As you're ready, hands come to the floor. Slowly peel yourself up, take your hands forward, come back through table, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Good, this time we're going to lift our right leg. Let's open it up again. And then look forward. We're going to bring our knee forward and try to take it somewhere behind this right wrist. And then the right foot is somewhere behind this left hand. Now, if this doesn't work, we're coming into a pigeon pose. If this doesn't work for your body, you can always come to your back and cross your ankle over your thigh in figure 4. But if this is going to feel good for you for just a few rounds of breath, maybe prop yourself up and find your pigeon that works for you. So nice stretch for this right hip. Let's take it to our edge, but not farther. So having that clarity helps us to discern where we want to be in the shape. So sometimes it's nice to also prop up a hip if there's air there. You can take your blanket between the floor and your hip. Maybe you want to come all the way down. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And if you're in figure 4, just notice your shoulders. See if you can relax your shoulders as you soften into this pose. Relax the jaw. Relax the brow. Good. Take one more full deep breath. Deep, filling up every nook and cranny. And as you exhale, see if that hip will release any more, letting go of any tension, stuck emotion. Just let it go. And on your next breath in, take your hands to the mat. Move your props out of the way. Tuck your left toe and take your right foot back to meet your left. And so it might feel good here to take some hip circles with this right leg, eventually releasing it back into downward dog. On your next inhale, lift that left leg up, open it up. And then on your exhale, draw it in and take the left knee right behind that left wrist. And then that left foot comes somewhere behind the right hand. You might lift and shine your heart, and then eventually sink down into your pigeon or your figure 4. So if you just have no idea what figure 4 is, let me just show you. So you come down to your back, take your ankle across your quadricep, and draw that leg in. And then there is that sort of tendency to draw the shoulders up toward the ears. Just kind of relax them down as much as you can. And wherever you are, in your pigeon or your figure 4, Just soften, relax, using any props that you need to. And fill up completely. And use the exhalations to just let go. Release any tension you can find in that left hip. Softening face, unclenching the jaw. With that added clarity, you notice a little more easily what we're holding on to. Use that breath. Use that inner wisdom. Let's take one more full breath here. And a complete exhalation through nose or mouth. And then take your hands to the mat. Tuck your right toes, peel yourself up, send yourself up into your downward facing dog. Take those hip circles if that would feel good. Nice. And then release the left foot to the floor. Take a nice big breath in. Rock yourself forward, take one hip down to the floor, and then eventually lower yourself all the way down to your back. Hug your knees in. Take those circles on the ceiling if you like that massage as much as I do. Good. And eventually we'll just take our twist, taking our legs over to the right, extending the left arm out to your T. Take your gaze over toward the left. Nice big shoulder opener here on the left side. Maybe the right hand rests atop the left thigh, just encouraging it, gently encouraging your twist. Take a full breath in and then release any tension there in that left shoulder. Relax into this twist a little bit more deeply. Maybe swallow in your throat again. And then on your next breath in, hug your knees in tight. Maybe take those circles in the other direction. If you can remember what direction that was. And then gently drop them over to the left. Take your twist to the left. Maybe the left hand rests atop the right leg. And turn your gaze to your extended right arm. Opening up this right shoulder. Breathing in. And breathing out. Nice. Take another breath in. And a long breath out just to release a little bit more. And on your next breath in, bring yourself back up to center. Take any final shapes that might feel good. So happy baby is always nice. Or maybe you're ready for your Savasana. Use your blanket to give you that most awesome Savasana. So it can go under your knees, over your belly, under your neck, or cover up. And then tuck your shoulders, snuggle those shoulders underneath. Let your palms rest face up. And let your eyes close. Feel the support of your mat, the earth beneath you. And see if you can sense the support of this group of diligent practitioners that join together on Monday mornings to practice. And your only job here is to let go and just be for a moment of Savasana, a moment of rest. I will leave you with this poem by Dana Folds. Settle into the here and now. Reach down into the center where the world is not spinning and drink this holy peace. Feel relief flood into every cell. Nothing to do, nothing to be, but what you already are. Nothing to receive but what flows effortlessly from the mystery into form. Nothing to run from or run toward, just this breath. Awareness knowing itself as embodiment. Just this breath. Awareness waking up to truth. Begin to deepen your breath. Make small movements with fingers and toes, wiggling them, turning your head from side to side. Maybe roll to one side. Allow yourself a moment in that fetal position as a transition. And as you're ready, come back up to a seat where we started. We'll end where we started. Make your way up. Take your shoulders back and down. And just take a moment to appreciate the length in your spine. All the way from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. Find that length again. Feel that stability in your core. And just notice your thoughts. When you're ready, take your arms out wide. Inhale, reach up for all the goodness. Draw it right down into your heart. Take a bow to your own shiny light. And take a moment, find some gratitude for this practice, for this group, for this life. Thank you again for showing up for Mindful Monday. Until next time, namaste.
Thank you, Connie. Wonderful class as always. Thank you.
Thank you.